Day.
We can take wet over freezing cold. Jeff, thank you so much. After a series of stories in the news about kids' lemonade stands being shut down for not having a city-approved permit, one New Jersey assemblyman wants to make sure that never happens in the Garden State, and he was inspired by his young son. Nicholas Chevroletti and two others sponsored legislation to ensure temporary businesses run by anyone under the age of 18 are protected. This, as lemonade stands are how most American children get their first experiences with business ownership and entrepreneurship. Here to speak more about the bill and what is needed to pass it into law, Nicholas Chevroletti and the person who inspired the change, his son Joshua. How are you guys today?
Good.
Good. Josh, I did your name the easier way. How do you normally say your last name?
Chevroletti.
Chevroletti, they're fancy. All right, I want to show you a clip. So in Texas, police shut down a lemonade stand that two little girls were running, and we have some dash cam video. They didn't have a permit, of course. We have some dash cam video, and they catch a conversation. So I want you to watch it and tell me what you think, okay?
Okay.
Should get a permit from the city to sell this.
Oh, we had to.
Yes, ma'am.
Really? We had to have a permit?
Yes, ma'am.
For a lemonade stand? I had no clue. Okay. So what, can I run down there and get one real quick?
It didn't be a problem.
Okay. Well, I had no clue. I just thought a little lemonade stand would be okay.
Yeah, you think a little lemonade stand would be okay. So eventually they got the permit, they waived the fee, but under the law, they had to have a permit. Is that kind of what caught your attention a few years back?
Yeah.
What'd you think about that when you saw stories like this happening in the news?
I thought it was a little unfair.
What'd you say to Dad?
What'd you say to me?
I asked if he could, try to fix it.
And what made you say this is a conversation that you thought was serious enough to take to become legislation?
Well, look, I think Joshua was inspired because he was doing some research on a current events class while he was in second grade, and anytime any child comes up to you with a problem and says, "Can you fix it?" especially when it's one of your own, you're inspired. And then as we looked into it, this idea of entrepreneurship and the idea of encouraging young people to understand financial literacy sort of made it a real bill, and that's why we introduced it. It
was back in 2018 when you introduced it, reintroduced in 2020, and then what happens on Monday?
So on Monday, it's going to be put up for a vote in front of the full assembly. We're confident it's going to pass because it has bipartisan support. And then my running mate in the Senate, Sandra Cunningham, is moving it through the state Senate, and hopefully before the summer comes, we'll have it signed by Governor Murphy.
Because we need it before summer when all the lemonade stands start popping up. I want to whisper this to you. Are you skipping school Monday to go to work with Dad?
Yes.
As you should. How excited is it for you to see something happen from a conversation with Dad? Dad takes it to work, and now on Monday you get to go watch a bunch of people vote to see if this is really going to be something that you can protect kids from.
It's very exciting.
What did you tell your teachers the reason you're going to miss school on Monday?
I haven't told them yet.
Well, at least you'll have a very good excuse, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about the fact that, I know the spirit of young kids, sometimes you watch videos like this gets broken. You're trying to do things.
Right.
You're a Boy Scout, I think I heard, right?
Yeah.
Fundraisers, selling cookies, doing different things, and just the red tape and that kind of thing getting in the way of it.
Well, look, I mean, as you saw in that video, even the police officer isn't familiar with the process, right? We have these rules that are put there for public safety. They're just really over-regulation. And talking about young people, whether it's selling lemonade, whether it's helping mow their neighbor's lawn, whether it's shoveling snow, this isn't only about making money. That's part of it.
Right.
But a lot of my colleagues said that their daughters, his Republican colleague in particular, his daughter set up a lemonade stand every year, and they raise money for their favorite charity. So there's a lot of education that can go into it. And that's really what we're doing with the bill. Like we are now in the schools talking to young people about entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and the idea of giving back. So,
I know, that happens. Can you imagine paying $200 for a permit? You only make $200 to donate to a charity. You break even, right?
Right, and depending on your neighbor, $200 in our neighborhood for a lemonade stand, I'm not sure we would break even.
Yeah, I get that. Thank you guys for coming. Good luck on Monday. Send us pictures and let us know how it goes.
Will do. Thank you very much.
All right. Lottery numbers and a quick break.